What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely going to want to see this one, as we got those ladies on the set of ABC The View, aka The Spew, back at it again with their blatant hypocrisy, guys. I'm not going to say much. All I'm going to say is they're not going to learn how to wash their mouth until it's caused them to lose everything, and this update is showing it. I'm excited to get into this one, so we're going to hop straight into it. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's get straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
I'm really nervous, about the whole kit and caboodle, but RFK Jr. is scary to me because a lot of the things we've talked about vaccinations,
Scary.
But we're also seeing a huge upticks of some health problems. We've had measles outbreaks in Texas, at least 22 children, 2 adults affected. The flu levels in the U.S. are higher than they've been in 15 years. And I have to believe some of that comes from the COVID vaccine being politicized and then people holding back on all vaccines, because flu vaccines are also down, almost by half among kids. Yeah. And Bill Gates was here, and he warned us we'll have another pandemic. And I remember asking him during commercial, what happened to the once-in-a-lifetime pandemic? Because I thought we could check that box off. And he was like, no, because there's a lot of things happening in regard to environmentally, people being more in touch in certain areas of the world with animals, which is where these viruses come from. And then he went on to say, and there's a high chance of bioterrorism. So he's like, there's a 10% chance in the next 4 years we could do 2020 all over again. So I think that's the part that's getting me is, you know, the pandemic leading into an RFK Jr., leading into all the numbers we're seeing.
And I think the part that's getting me is the fact that these ladies had no question or concern about RFK Jr. when he was, you know, in support of the Democratic Party. But now the party has essentially turned their back on him and drove him away. There's so many critics and critiques on RFK Jr. and what he's got going on. I mean, Donald Trump would not have appointed this guy if he wasn't up for the job.
That's where I'm kind of concerned right now.
What about Tulsi Gabbard?
Well, look, both of them, and I think you can put Kash Patel and Hegseth into this basket as well, because there have been...
And that right there just shows they're coming after everybody that's in association with Donald Trump. He could have appointed Jesus Christ into his cabinet. They would somehow found something, you know, negative to say about him. It's sad, guys. It actually is.
Hegseth into this basket as well, because there have been people that Trump has nominated that have gotten bipartisan support, like Marco Rubio, who got 99 votes. You can disagree with him on policy, but you can't disagree that he's not qualified. And I think Tulsi Gabbard, RFK, Hegseth, Kash Patel, there's 2 things that I would look for that I would hope would be in our government leaders. One is a fitness of character, a moral compass, and also qualifications, managerial experience, academic experience in their field. These people have neither. They're not morally fit to serve in that role, and they don't have any managerial experience or experience
So then why
in that field.
Why do you think Trump picked
Because
them?
they're loyal. No, because there is one qualification that Donald Trump requires. Loyalty to him.
These ladies once again showing exactly how lost they are. I mean, Donald Trump, everyone within his cabinet is in there for a reason. It's already showing. I mean, look at the work that's been done in these first 3 weeks. If they weren't qualified, then nothing would be getting done.
Donald Trump requires
loyalty
to him. 100%.
Which is not ever reciprocated, by the way.
So one pick who was confirmed that wasn't controversial and was nearly unanimously supported with a lot of bipartisan support was Brooke Rollins, who was a colleague of mine, has a deep background in policy and is going to be the Secretary of Agriculture. That's a good one. I'm great with it. I supported Marco Rubio being. RFK is somebody I have a hard time understanding how conservatives came around to. He's somebody who has a lifelong record with much more liberal positions, but also dangerous public health positions. But Tulsi Gabbard, I have warned about from the outset. This is a woman who, the most charitable thing I could say is she lacked the judgment to not amplify Russian propaganda. She repeatedly shared things that were very explicitly Russian propaganda. Throughout her confirmation hearing, Russia Today, state media in the Kremlin, was supporting supporting her and endorsing her. Edward Snowden, who I continue to be a traitor to this country, was actively supporting her on social media. Now, I talked to a 4-star general and expressed my concerns about her overseeing our national intelligence apparatus. He did assure me that these, whether it's the CIA, ODNI, or the DIA, they are actually built in case a director gets in place that is dangerous and against the U.S.'s mission, and they can be compartmentalized out of information as to not potentially expose things to danger.
Look at him already looking to get in the way of block what Tulsi Gabbard's going to be able to do as that lead director over. I mean, come on. When will they give in these loonies on the left? Just allow it to happen. The nation, over 77 million folks across our nation spoke out. And they said this is exactly what they wanted. Not to mention, Donald Trump did not try to hide any of his cabinet appointees. Anybody that's in his cabinet right now was advertised, put out there very front facing while he's on the campaign trail. So what we saw is what we're getting, and I don't think anyone who voted for him is upset.
Can be compartmentalized out of information as to not potentially expose things to danger. That said, it is going to have impacts on our allies sharing intelligence with us. It simply will. And
What about her
especially,
relationship with Assad? That was suspicious.
and as a
also.
Syrian American, we will never forgive her for showing up there when after he had gassed his own people and trying to basically whitewash his record. But that's not good. And at this critical moment with the Ukraine and Russia war, she is not the person I would want.
How do you think RFK is going to handle bird flu? Just run over the chickens and cook them, or what? What is he going to do?
Leave them in Central Park.
I don't even know what to say.
Here we go.
Like, we in trouble. Like, this is bad. Like, it's just...
We in trouble, yo. Come on. This lady's Sunny host, and she gets under my skin. They keep questioning RFK Jr. The only reason why they're questioning RFK and Tulsi Gabbard is because their former Democrats said they shunned. They kicked out, they exiled them from the Democratic Party. Thought that no one would take them in, but if you can understand the rationale with common sense, of course you can come aboard, bring some of your, it's good to have differing viewpoints in every single room where a decision is getting made, because if not, then I feel like you just got a bunch of yes men. That's never good for anybody.
Like, this is bad. Like, it's just...
Let's hear it.
You
No
know,
fear
like, I
mongering.
usually have something to say. I don't even know what to say. We're talking about RFK Jr., who's like, he definitely is an anti-vaxxer, being responsible for a $1.7 trillion agency. And one of the things that I'm most concerned about are those that are most vulnerable in our country, children and the elderly.
Right.
We know very well that the Republicans want to cut Medicare and Medicaid. Medicaid at this point, if it's scaled back, it's given 22 million Americans access to health care. Nearly 80 million Americans are enrolled in Medicaid. They're targeting
Blatantly pushing lies. That's 101 of fear mongering. I mean, Republicans have spoke out, said they're not coming after Medicare, Medicaid, but they insist on trying to drive that point home that that's what everyone should be afraid of. The young folks and the elderly should be afraid of, the Medicare and Medicaid cuts. It's not happening.
to health care. Nearly 80 million Americans are enrolled in Medicaid. They're targeting the Affordable Care Act. The people that need health care the most are going to be affected. I'm just so disgusted and devastated. Like, we are in trouble.
Yep.
More of the fake outrage narrative. You can tell this is disingenuous. You don't see or you don't really feel the emotion there. You can tell that Sunny Hostin is that far disconnected from this country, from reality, that she's trying to push this to the people. And we're seeing exactly where the federal government cuts and slashes are coming from or going to. It's, Elon Musk, the Department of Government Efficiency, he's laying it all out there. It's fully transparent. Medicare and Medicaid was not on the list. I'll say that right now.
Are going to be affected. I'm just so disgusted and devastated. Like, we are in trouble.
Yep.
We are in
And
trouble.
It's so,
We-
sad, frankly,
Yeah.
to see Republicans who know better. Because Tom Tillis, who is a medical doctor, knows better. Cassidy knows better. You know he knows better.
Well, he denied, though, being an anti-vaxxer.
Well, yeah,
during
but
the
they all go on the
confirmation
conference, but they know.
RFK did.
How about all the folks that were forced to take that, silly vaccine and didn't know any of the effects, are still facing problems and complications to this day because of the so-called wisdom of Dr. Fauci. Let's talk about it, y'all.
Well, yeah,
During
but
the
they all go on the
confirmation
conference. But they know.
RFK did.
I mean, these last-minute denials and last-minute conversions are very, very suspicious. And you don't give the leadership of an agency like that to somebody who converts at the last minute while the website he was running was still selling anti-vax merchandise. But why was Mitch McConnell able to do it now? Because now he has no fear of retribution from Donald Trump, right?
Yeah.
Whereas everybody else is terrified.
Mitch McConnell's brain is probably slush, but I'm gonna stop you right there, guys. These ladies are showing, these loonies on the left have completely lost it. I mean, who are they to say that these folks shouldn't be getting confirmed? Donald Trump's cabinet picks. I mean, this is what the nation spoke out. We cried for, Donald Trump. Everyone that he has put in there right now is who we advertised out there on the campaign trail. And until these folks on the left wake up and see it, there's going to be so much confusion within their party because they are not rebuilding. They're not realigning themselves with the nation. They're sitting here complaining and crying, throwing temper tantrums in, typical Democratic fashion. Y'all definitely hop in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.